Okay. In today's session, we are going to see TypeScript continuation here. We have seen introduction in the last section. We have seen up to array concept here. It's actually group of elements. You can just take it here. Let some variable, it's a type array, is equals to values. This is syntax we can just see here. Okay, today I'm going to continue from there. Tuple we are going to see here. Okay. Tuple also, it's a type of array only. Okay, with selected data types here. Okay, so here with the selected are multiple data types we can call even. Okay, generally array will be one specific type here.
Sir. Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir. Wara.
Okay, now I'm just creating, okay, info is actually just array representation. Okay, so there I'm just creating of types. It's actually string comma number. Like this you can create this actually called tuple. Okay, group of different types as array creation here. Okay, you can mention how many. Here is actually fixed size. Once you create here, this actually size 2 only. Okay, with a different combination here. Okay, now you can assign the values here. For example, info is equals to, okay, first one must be string type, Ajay, and second one is a 200. Like this we can write. Console.log, I'm just printing info. And of course you can use index numbers also here. Okay, if you just keep mouse over here, it's a tuple. Okay, so first we have to compile the file, then we can run here. You can see the data printed. You can access using index number also here. Okay, so you can just create with your requirement something like here. Let color is actually a combination of something like RGB. So then we can mention something like a string. Okay, string or string here. Color code we can just mention example. Okay, color is equals to just I'm writing like this here. Something like some example code I'm writing here. Like this example. Okay, so if you want to create a fixed array size with the selected data types, then we can use to create a fixed array with group of data types. That's actually called tuple here. You can just see. Just I'm printing this one. You can just see here. Okay, from here only class concept has come, but tuple has only just data storing concept, no functions and properties. We can just mention here. Observe. Okay, tuple is not going to participate in inheritance and all. You can access using index number also. Like this also you can access. See, induce likes also possible here. Hmm. Sorry, we'll continue. So this is example of tuple here. Okay, now we are going to see one type called enum. It is also similar to Java concept here. Group of named constants. It's actually enum. Okay, for example, if you look at here, enum result, if you just take here, okay, we are going to write something like a pass, fail, and absent. Set of possible values, we can also call it here. If you feel your data type is actually fixed possible values, you can go for enum. Enum, you can use this result is a data type. Okay, now result is a data type here. Okay, these are by default direct members you can access. Result.pass here. Okay, this is completely similar to Java concept only. Just I'm creating one example here. Okay, creating one enum, something like result here, pass, fail, and absent. Like this, I'm just taking here. If you want to access a one value here, okay, then we can write something like result.property absent. Okay, so here we can use something like for each concept over this result values here. Okay, that is internally generates. Okay, I'm just printing all the values. Result.pass, result.fail. I'm just printing. Look at this one. Okay, you can see 0, 1, 2 values internally. Observe. By default, it will set with the 0 next to 1 and next to 2. If you want, you can assign your individual value. For example, 50 I'm assigning. Okay, you are assigning 50. Then it is actually going to take 50, 51, 52 here like this. 50, 51, 52 here. Okay. Default value set from 0. So something like here 0, 1, 2 and so on. Okay, if you explicitly set the value, then +1 it is actually going to use internally. Okay, for example, few other examples if you want enum here, enum something like gender. Okay, enum something like here. Okay, months. It is sorry. So in the middle or any value, if we just modify from there, it's actually going to do +1. Okay, by default starts from 0. Anywhere you just modify. For example, I wrote, okay, some x comma y comma z comma m comma n enum values 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, by mistake you said something like 44. This is 0, this is 1, 44, 45 and 46. Okay, again if you mention some 6 also okay, but generally we don't do it. Okay, so initially you can just mention, that's your interest, but it's not recommended to set anything. That's okay. Internally allocates numbers to each enum property, starts from 0. If we set externally any value to starting or middle any property, from there +1 is added and set to property. Okay, that's actually here. We have seen the concept of tuple. Tuple is a group of members with your respected data types, and just now we have taken enum. Okay, this is enum, same like Java, only here. Okay, now we are going to see some important concept called class. Okay, so here class concept is similar to oops, okay, and Java. Okay, class general purpose is to group members. Okay, members types will be variables. Okay, we can also call it fields. Okay, next one is actually constructor. Okay, and next one is actually methods. Okay, even here inheritance possible. Okay, access members, access type is possible. Access type we have only 3. Public is the default, private and protected. Okay, public is a default type. There is no default type concept separately. In Java we have package scope, or that is called default type, but here if you don't write anything, it's a public. Okay, private variables within the class, protected members, okay, in the inherited classes. Inheritance also possible here. Okay, that is also we can just see here. Okay, here also has a relation possible. Okay, we can just create a class. Okay, after creating the class, create the object and use. Okay, same concept here we are going to see. Now I'm just going to show a small example. Okay, writing a class. Writing a class called employee. There I'm writing EID, ename, eSAM. First of all, if you don't mention, sorry, if you don't mention any type, default type will be any. Default type will be any. Okay. Recommended to mention the type here. It's a number. Okay. It's actually string. Now here salary, I'm just writing it's actually number. Okay. Mobile number, it can be okay number type or string type. You can like this also you can mention here. Okay. This called combination type here. Okay. Or union type. Mobile, this property you can assign with a number or string type. Anything is possible. No. Yesterday, last session, I gave data types, right? Those data types only allowed. Last session, I gave image. These data types only allowed. Okay, once we go to Angular, there are separate classes will come, like ready-made classes. Okay, how you have core Java, advanced Java classes here also. Okay, you can mention something like a combined type also here, a variable. No need to write let. No need to write any constant let var here. These are properties. Okay, let constant var, those are actually used to create local variables, a variable within the function. Okay, and you can write something like members. Okay, something like print data. Okay, I just want to access them. Okay, if you want to access any property, must use this. In Java, this keyword is optional. Okay, but in TypeScript, this keyword is must. Just I'm printing here. Okay, if you look at print data, I did not write any type. The return type is a default void, specified is public. If you don't write anything, it's a public default. Okay, if you don't write anything, return type is void default. So in these two cases, we ignore. Look at internally, it is public and void return type. Observe. If you don't mention anything, it's a public type, it's a void return type. Just I'm writing console.log. Okay, this dot eid, I'm just printing. Okay, you can print like a single quoted concept. Data is, this keyword is must. Java it is optional. Here it's must. This dot ename. Okay, like this I'm writing. It's a dollar. This dot is mobile is like this. I'm printing the data here. Okay. Okay. Now, if you want to access this class, you must create an object and use it. Okay. Before to that, I'm just writing constructor. Generally, class name will be same in the method name, that is called constructor. Okay. To create constructor in TypeScript, use word constructor only. Okay. I just want to assign here eid, ename, esal, and mobile like this. Okay, if you don't write anything, they are called default constructors. eid what type, number, ename what type, it's a string. Here we have to declare. Yeah, it's a simple syntax, reverse to Java syntax. It's a number. Like this I'm writing. Okay. You missed my point. Let constant where are used to create a variable inside function or outside class as members, not inside class. Okay. Yeah, you can write multiple constructors also properly, but you have to use the word constructor. That is overloading concept. It is going to be. So here, how to assign this dot eid is equals to eid. This keyword must here. Ename is equals to enum. This dot esal is equals to esal. Mobile is equals to mobile. Like this I wrote. Now I just want to access that one. Just I'm creating let. Okay. E1 is equals to new. I'm just writing employee. Okay. Now object creation will be same class name only. Okay. We have to pass the data 1, 2, 3, 4. ID 101. Name Ajay. Salary 200.0. Mobile number I'm just writing 98765. Like this. This is object creation. Okay. Now I'm just printing the data here. Okay. So you can access same e1.print data. This is calling constructor here. Okay, like this. Outside the class and inside the function, we use let. Niranjan, you joined late. If you don't mention any data type, if we did not specify type, default is any here, like object, super type around. Okay. I'm just compiling this one here. Even some concepts we can check by writing the code. Need not ask each and every point like LKG kid. Okay. Okay. Similar concepts, right? If we have doubt also, you can write and see. Okay. I'm trying to access by using without using this. It will give error. Okay. Cannot find EID. Okay. Do you mean instance variable this? Like this is saying here. I am writing a local variable. Let EID is equals to 10. Okay. So if we directly try to print here, we'll treat like a local variable. Just I'm writing 9999. Observe here. Okay. Observe carefully. This keyword must be used to access class members. Okay. Even you want to call this function somewhere else. Okay. For example, show function I'm writing. I want to call print data. Directly cannot call. It is giving error. Okay. It is actually error. Must call this dot print data. In Java, using this keyword is optional, but in TypeScript must be used. Actually, even I feel this only proper standard. Okay, Java has given some possibility to programmer, might be a different scenario, but even I feel this only good standard. You making this okay must is really good standard. Okay, so that even though it's a code lengthy, it's a code clear. Though it's a code lengthy, it's called code clear. So you recommend it to use here. Just I'm giving one example. Okay. I'm just showing one more example here. Let var const. Observe carefully. I am writing a function here, sample. Okay. Inside the function, so inside the function, so we are just declaring here. Sorry, it's giving error. Inside the function, I am writing where id is equals to 10. Okay. So here, next I'm writing a block, something like if id is greater than 10 or greater than or equal to 10, I'm writing here where, okay, code is equals to, okay, I'm just writing something like a pen. Console.log, I'm just writing code. So here pen will be printed, no doubt. Console.log, I'm just printing code. Can you tell me what is the output at line number 8? Can you guess? If I try to print code, yeah, it is actually created inside the if block. Actually created inside the if block. I'm trying to print outside the if block. Okay. Good guess. Okay, now look at here. But look at here. Function called. Look at the value. Are you able to see the value? How come general in the Java it's not possible, right? Once you declare the variable, from there variable is actually available in the global. How long you go, how many outside blocks are inside the blocks. It's a global. Creating the variable using var is a global. Then what to say? Then what to do here? See here var id created, right? I'm just writing here, look at console.log. I'm just printing id. Okay, this is says okay, this variable created inside the function, that is fine, you cannot access. Okay, though you create the var here or here, it has no difference. Global scope means within the block only, this scope. My meaning is not outside the function. Okay, so here actually I want to finish the scope by this one only. Understanding my point? If you write var, it is something like declaring a top level of function. Consider like this. Okay, that is equal, var is actually like that. Okay, within the complete function block. Okay, within the complete function block you want to use var. No. So please remove the memory once this is done. Then we can use let. Are you clear? Okay, then it's giving error. Let is used to declare a variable with a block scope. understood what is the meaning of block scope, in what block it is created, works within until that block. Okay, this is a major difference between where and let. Okay, where indicates creating any loop, not only for loop and all here. Yeah, if we have something like loops, blocks and all here, generally use let. Okay, if a variable is created using where inside a function anywhere, this is until function close, function last statement. But if a variable is created using let keyword, then it works within that block. Something like if something loops for, okay, any switch, any block here. Okay, so mostly even where is not recommended to use in TypeScript for function variables. Okay, you want to declare on top of function, this is also where not recommended, but finally they are where only. See, I wrote let here, I wrote let here. Are you able to see it is giving error? Error for let. Okay, now let us compile this and run this output. Okay, but here look at sample. Sorry, function test, right? Okay, this is let where constant. Look at here, this generated code here also where. Though you use let in TypeScript, let in the TypeScript, let is a restriction and that says you cannot access, but finally in the JavaScript there is where only. Okay, remember that, it's a bit confusion. Remember, let where constants are from TypeScript. But finally, after JS code generation, they are where only. Okay, now why const, something like a final keyword. Okay, now in the place of let, okay, let me write one more. Okay, const data is actually 20. Again, I'm trying to change the data to 30. It will give error. Okay, cannot assign data because it is a constant. Error. It is like a final variable. Okay, now I'm compiling this application, running this application. I forgot to print, leave that one. But here you can see it is also where only. Let also where, constant also where in the final JavaScript. Okay, here TypeScript is doing checking. TypeScript is actually let and constant are from TypeScript. Where is from JavaScript. Remember, let and constants are from TypeScript. Normal variable you want to use. Okay, final variable you want to use. Where from JavaScript. Remember, but finally all are wheres after compilation. Okay, now here I wrote let code is equals to pen. Again I'm writing Generally, where of course we can redeclare code is equals to, I'm just writing something like ABC. It says you cannot redeclare this one. Redeclaration not possible, but where possible? Because their scope is actually possible. Okay. This is we cannot redeclare. Where okay? Yes, where says okay. Okay. And it's a 200%. Where is not recommended. Okay. Yes, of course, ES6 onwards there, Sridhar. Yes, it is ES6 onwards there, ECMAScript, but I mentioned JavaScript. Okay, ES6 is a superset of JavaScript. That's a bit different. Even if you go to only ES6, there we have OOPS concept. That is another TypeScript. ES6 is another TypeScript. Okay, something like, for example, OOPS we have, right? Core Java we have, right? We have .NET Core, right? Okay, you can compare something Core Java like a TypeScript, ES6 something like a .NET Core. Okay, that is also something similar concept, but entirely different. Remember, both they are entirely different. ES6 different, TypeScript different. You understood difference between let, constant, and where? Let is used to reduce the scope. Constant is used to create the final variable. Again, scope concept applicable here also. Console.log printing data. Okay, I'm just writing console.log printing data. Okay, error. Scope applied here. This is one example. Let where const ps. Okay. Today, I'm unable to take lengthy session as my health is not good. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. I'll share all these examples as a zip file and our regular project code also in just 1 hour. Okay. I'll share those, download and practice. Continuation we see in tomorrow's class. Thank you.